I like the passion. You're all in. Great. Couple things that our setup's a little bit different. Not going to do music, well, sort of. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a couple of reminders, a couple of just heads up on what's coming up. OUAZ TV will also do that. But before we do that, if you have not already done so, please give it up for Fang today for being here. How about that? You know, he's really, you know, he's close with the animals. He likes that animal spirit, so that's why he's here today to kind of assist with support of the animals, because they get scared when they come out and that kind of thing. Guys, next week, Tuesday, is Valentine's Day. Just a quick reminder. Next week, Tuesday, is Valentine's Day. Do something nice for that person. Or you might want to break up because it costs more. I don't know what that is. Next week, also, the Board of Trustees will be here. They will be on our campus. I'll remind you of this next Wednesday, too, but they'll be on our campus and milling with the students. They really want to hear your story. They really want to hear why you came to OUAZ, what's going on here, those kind of things. Just be cordial, be nice, just be how we are with our community and stuff like that. That would be terrific to help us out with. Next two Spirit Lives coming up. Next week is our Norwood Jones Convocation. Make sure you're here. We have a tremendous speaker. Norwood Jones Convocation is somebody who, and I'll talk more about it next week, who gives money for this particular convocation, for this particular Spirit Life. And it's gone really well in the past. We've had Sam Acho, we've had Jason Romano, we've had some really, really good things happen on that day. So please make sure that you're here, and you'll be blessed, I'm sure, for being here with Ricardo Stewart, who will be here next week. Then the week after that, Brian Kruckenberg, he is the pastor at New City Church in downtown Phoenix, will be here, so I'm looking forward to that too. So let's, right? And then we can get started with the program today. Jesus, thank you. Thank you so much for who you are. Thank you so much for a time where we can enjoy your creation and the animals that are here, and just kind of talk through what that looks like, and how special they are and how you've designed them. Thank you for your love for us. Thank you for just this community, Lord, and I just pray as next week happens with all the commotion and things like that, Lord, that we would just grow, and that people would see what a special place OUAZ is. In your name, amen. All right, so there was, I kind of wanted to highlight two people since we don't have music today. So the two people from our school who I wanted to highlight, one, you already know, is Abby. Where is she? Oh, also say happy birthday to her. It's her birthday. Say happy birthday. Aww. Abby did a video with Hope City Church, and I just kind of wanted to show that, you know, look, our students are involved in different things, and they can do some pretty great things. So, Jessica, if you'd show that video, that'd be great.
Holy, that's who you are. Angels in earth sing the song for your honor, 'cause power belongs to you. Power belongs to you. No, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy. There's so many ways I could sing of your glory. No, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy, over and over again. Always, now and forever, you're matchless, clothed in the colors of heaven. 'Cause no eye has There's so many ways I could sing of your glory. No, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy over and over again. Singing holy, holy to my one and only, who is like our God. Let our hearts adore you as we bow before you. There's no one like our God. There's no one. Singing holy, holy to my one and only, who is like our God. Let our hearts adore you as we bow before you. There's no one like our God. There's no one. Singing holy, holy to my one and only, who is like our God. Yeah. Let our hearts adore you as we bow before you, God. There's no one like our God. Oh. Hey, oh. We worship you. I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy. There's so many ways I could sing of your glory. No, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy. There's so many ways I could sing of your glory. Oh, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy. There's so many ways I could sing of your glory. No, I will never grow tired of telling you you're worthy over and over again. Over and over again. Over and over again. Over and over again.
Good morning, OUAZ.
Chris, it's Phoenix Zoo Day today.
I know. I can't wait to see what animals they have here.
I hope they bring a tiger.
I don't think they have any tigers, but since we're in the desert, they may bring snakes and lizards.
As long as I don't have to hold them.
Anyways, we'll get to that after OUAZ TV.
I'm Des.
And I'm Chris.
And we're OUAZ TV. The insurance waiver period has been extended to February 15th.
If you need help, there will be tabling events in the Union on February 6th, 8th, the 13th, and on the 14th.
If you can't make any of those dates, be sure to check the TV screens in Eichner for helpful instructions. Next week is Alumni Week in Arizona.
That means you may see an uptake in visitors to campus. Be sure to smile and welcome them.
Part of Alumni Week will be the special Norwood Jones Convocation next week with special guest Ricardo Stewart.
On Thursday, the City of Surprise and OUAZ will celebrate Partnership/Proclamation Day.
On that day, the city is going to unveil their present to OUAZ, a brand new bell.
The bell is going to ring in new traditions here at OUAZ. Today is the career fair.
That's right. Like Alicia said last week, there are over 50 employers in the union this afternoon waiting to meet you.
That's right. From noon to 3. So even if you have a workshop today, there will be time to attend after your PGD.
Make sure to sign up with your handshake to make check-in easier.
And don't forget that punch card. Document visits to 3 unique booths and you could earn extra credit in your classes. Check with your professors.
Void where prohibited?
Yes, void where prohibited. Booth maps were sent to your student emails on Friday, but there have been changes, so check the hard copy out at the event.
Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday!
Yeah, that's today. What are you doing?
Trying to sound like a stadium announcer, but I was talking about next Wednesday.
What's next Wednesday?
Spirit Bowl! If you're looking for a challenge, come to the Spirit Bowl next Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. It will be in Faith Arena with basketball, dodgeball, and volleyball tournaments.
And smaller activities like cornhole and spike ball.
If you don't want to participate in the events, you can still come and cheer for your friends and have fun.
Plus, there will be free Buffalo Wild Wings.
B-dubs will be free, but get there early as it is first come, first serve. The event starts at 6 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m.
I'm here with...
Chef Christina George.
Perfect. Chef Christina, what are we having for lunch today?
We are having our wonderful KFC bowl, which is some nice mashed potatoes, brown gravy, corn, and some great popcorn chicken.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yes, it will be good.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right.
It's time for...
Sports!
That's right. It's Night in the Faith Arena, aka The Pond. The men's volleyball team will be hosting Park Gilbert at 6 p.m.
Friday, softball will have a doubleheader against Embry-Riddle at 2 and 4 p.m.
And this weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, the women's water polo team will be in Tempe competing.
And Saturday, track and field will be in Glendale for the Gaucho Invite.
And baseball is at home on Tuesday, playing Park Gilbert at 5 p.m.
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, sock, shoe. I do sock, sock, shoe, shoe, tie, tie.
Oh, okay, so this, nah, okay. You definitely go sock, sock, shoe, shoe, but when I'm going to work, because I got a double socket, I'm going sock, sock, shoe, sock, sock, shoe. So I got sock, 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 wait, nah. Sock, sock, shoe, sock, sock, shoe. But regular fits, we doing sock, sock, shoe, shoe. That's, because if you doing sock, shoe, I feel like you got something wrong with you, but I mean, that's really how I feel.
Let me think. When I got ready today, I just did socks, like sock, then shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe. Oh, God. All right, are you recording? I know you are. Sock, shoe, or sock. Shoe, sock, shoe. Question is what? Sock, shoe? You ask me which one? Like, this is okay. Y'all was very stupid. It's okay though.
Shoe, sock. No. Sock, shoe. Okay. Right?
Yeah. What kind of criminal puts on sock, shoe? You gotta go sock, shoe every single time.
Oh, easy sock, shoe. You can't do sock, shoe. No shot.
Yeah, definitely sock, shoe. Specifically, right sock, left sock, right shoe, left shoe. You're really weird if you do sock, shoe.
Has to be sock, shoe. Otherwise, you're just weird if you do sock, shoe.
Personally, I go sock, shoe, boot.
Sock, shoe.
Sock, shoe, or sock. Shoe, sock, shoe. So I go sock, I go shoe. I go sock, I go shoe. That's simple. Game. Organized. I keep everything organized. That's what I'm saying.
Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe. I don't know what kind of freak does sock, shoe, but I'm going sock, shoe, like a normal human being.
If you could be any staff member for a day, who would you be and why? Oh man. Probably Mr. Potter, so I could wear a sick trench coat and a hat. That'd be sick.
Tyner. I'd be Dr. Tyner for sure. Just to see like the ins and outs of Ottawa, and then I don't know, just go fist bump everyone. Just because I'm Tyner, they're gonna be like, oh, Tyner. Hi.
Chet Kaiser himself, man's got a pilot license. I'll go into the skies and enjoy my day. Simple.
I have to go with Hugo. Right? Because that's what we want to do with the money. We want to see how many of y'all are in debt, and we want to help y'all out. So we know y'all in debt, so we're going to help y'all out. So we got to, get your numbers right. That way, when y'all graduate from Ottawa University, prestigious institution, you know what I'm saying? You won't be too much money in debt. There you go. That's simple.
I'd be Coach Nesbitt because I just got here, so I want to know kind of what everything, how everything rolls around here, I guess I would say.
I'd be our assistant coach, Brian, because he's silly.
It's gotta be Nesbitt, right? I mean, he be rocking them fire fits. I'm trying to get some of what he got. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, I seen him with that new like golf jacket. We've been wanting that for a little bit, so probably Nesbitt. Yeah, probably Nesbitt.
I'm gonna choose Joe, Trainer Joe, so that I can yell at all the athletes without getting in trouble.
Oh, you know what? I'd probably go with my coach Kyle, because he's bald, and that'd be kind of cool to experience.
I don't know his name, but the guy drives a weird green car thing along the. Like, that's definitely fun. I want to drive that. So I'd probably do that one. I don't know his name. Sorry, sir.
Ray. It's Ray.
Ray. I'd be Ray.
Could it be a previous staff member that was abruptly removed? Because it would be the GOAT, Frank Nainoa, of course. The greatest man to ever grace this campus. Slapped my cheeks, gave me $1. It was beautiful. Yeah.
That does it for another great episode of OUAZ TV.
Now, bring on those animals.
Hold up. We have to thank the Fang Shop for the awesome swag this week.
That's right. Follow their Instagram for updates on all their new merch and content.
Thanks for watching.
Have a fantastic day.
Awesome. That was really, really good. Special shout out to Jen and the whole staff down there at the Fang Shop. That was great. Appreciate that input into OUAZ TV. Were you wearing a Ottawa Mom shirt? Is that what that was? All right. Just wanted to check if that was it. Hey, Abby's video is up on the Hope City YouTube page, so if you want to go get that and see that or put that in your playlist, that's where it is. Let me check my notes, make sure I got everything. Career fair today, don't forget that. That's huge. Make sure you get there, make sure you're prepared, make sure you have the Handshake app so that you can participate and get some good networking in today for sure, because that's important. One more person I wanted to interview before we get the zoo out here. I don't know if you know her, but I came across a posting that she had, somebody sent me, and it was a ebook. And I'll let her talk a little bit more about what it is and that kind of thing. If you want to put that up on the screen, Jess, and then if you'd welcome Cassidy Clark, our own Cassidy Clark, to come and talk in the interview. And then, yeah, just turn the mic on and we should be good to go. How are we feeling?
Hello. Okay. I'm feeling good.
Are you nervous? Like any nerves going through here?
Just a teensy bit, but I'll be okay.
Okay. I mean, because there's a lot of people watching, and there's a lot of eyes on you, and if you mess up, so just don't be nervous. All right. So tell me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you got to OUAZ. Let the people hear your story a little bit.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cassidy Clark. I'm from Richmond, California. I play tennis here. If you don't know where Richmond is, it's about 20-30 minutes from San Francisco. So I grew up in my neighborhood. There was about 10 churches like within a 10-mile radius. So I grew up going to the church until I started playing more sports, and it became like an every other weekend to only the holidays until I wasn't going anymore because I was traveling in and out the country for tournaments. So I got to OUAZ, it was 2021, so I had about like 20 college offers, and I was like, okay, where am I gonna go, what am I gonna do? So I knew I wanted to play tennis, and I was looking at the team and the coaching staff, and I was like, okay, this sounds like the place for me. So that's how I ended up here.
Awesome. And so this is the book, the ebook, Christian Girls Guide to College, and we'll talk about how they can get that piece and all of that stuff here in a little bit. But what happened during your time here at OUAZ that kind of led you to write that book? I mean, what happened, what was going on that you went, hey, I need to write this?
So basically it was birthed out of conversations in my dorm room because me and my friends were like, you know, we deserve better than how we've been treated and how we acted. at the end of the day, it was like repercussions for our actions, but it just got birthed out of that. So it's basically like a series of unfortunate events, if you will. Just a lot of stress, anxiety, and like injuries in sport and stuff. So when I was writing this, I was thinking, what would I want to hear? Like, what would my freshman self want to hear? And what would I want to read? So I formatted around what me and my friends needed at that time.
That's awesome. I love the part where you could kind of recognize you were having those feelings like it's about me, and then you were like, oh, maybe it's not about me, type of thing. And so that's kind of what birthed this thing. And I saw some verses and some spiritual pieces in the ebook. Just kind of give me a little bit, you talked about churches and stuff like that, but why did you think that was important to include in the book?
I thought it was important because part of my purpose right now is to make sure people are seeing more of God than of me. So I just wanted to include like why I was here and what verses were provided to me and shown to me throughout my process that I think could help you throughout yours.
Cool. And what do you hope others will get out of this and your experience in writing the book?
Ultimately, I say it in the book as well, but I want it to sound like we're having a conversation and not like I'm telling you what to do, like, because I've already been there, but it's like, it's a guide. So I'm just here to help support you, and it covers topics like even how to choose classes, communication with professors, all the way to like friendships and how to manage relationships and stuff. So I cover all those topics, and yeah.
No, and that's really good, because I appreciate that it's not just this, oh, here's some verses, this will make you feel better. It's like practical information, like how you should talk when you email a professor, or how you can set up meetings and things like that, or what to do when you're struggling and stuff like that, mental health-wise. There's a whole bunch of really, really good information in there, and I love that piece, and it just shows through you just student development, which is what OUAZ is after, right? Like that you change in your development of who you are as you go through some of these experiences, whether they be good or bad, right? All right, you can add it to that right there. I was trying to say. That's all right. How can somebody get the
Okay, so right now I'm working on my own website, but as of right now, you can only find it on the link in my bio on Instagram. My Instagram is cassidy.lxc. It's not up there. But yeah, that's the only place you can get it right now. Once I get my website, I'll let Alan know.
That's great. And if you email me at ouazspiritlife at ottawa.edu, I'll make sure you get that link too, so that you can get to Cassidy's book. It's really cool, really helpful. If you're just starting, or if you're a freshman, and female, and looking for some advice and just going, man, I'm lost, or I'm just feeling it right now, this is a really good resource that can help you. So appreciate you, Cassidy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give her a hand. Thanks.
Hello, Ottawa. How's everybody doing today? Awesome. You guys are excited to see some animals? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, well, I brought some critters with me today, but first, I'm going to introduce myself and what I do at the Phoenix Zoo. My name is Kim Richards, and I am an ambassador animal keeper at the Phoenix Zoo. And that's a funny long term, but basically all it means is I work with the education animals that go out for special off-site events like this. We use some of our animals in the shows at the zoo, so if you do come visit us at the zoo, make sure you check out a show and come see the show. It's a lot of fun, and you'll see some of the animals maybe that you see today. We also have the animals go on outreaches to schools around the valley and actually around the state as well. And then we do special guest interactions around the zoo that we call animal discoveries. And the animals will come out for special guest interactions like that. We have over 150 animals in our ambassador animal collection. So we do have quite a few animals that we take care of on a daily basis. And as keepers, it is our job to provide them with those husbandry needs that they have. So husbandry basically means you're looking at feeding them on a daily basis, cleaning up after them on a daily basis, which is obviously not the fun part of the job, but somebody's got to do it, right? And then we also provide daily behavioral enrichment for the animals. So behavioral enrichment basically just means that we're giving them something just to modify their behavior, occupy their time, have them do something in a natural way inside of their enclosure. So that might be something as simple as giving them a box with their food in it. So they just have to rip that box open and forage for their food that way. Sometimes it might mean hanging a toy up for the parrots. Just something to change up their environment so they're not just sitting inside of an enclosure all day. But our animals in the Ambassador Animal Collection are unique in the fact that we do take them all out on a daily basis, so they get that fun time outside of their enclosures. We work with these animals very closely, and we train them every single day as well. And because they're ambassador animals, we do have to make sure that we're monitoring their stress levels, make sure that they are suited for being an ambassador animal, because we don't want to take an animal out that is not going to do well in a big crowd or at a show or with a bunch of people staring at them, basically. So, we also do, like I said, we do the training every single day with our animals, and then we also do medical, anything medical that happens with them if we need to take them up to our animal care center or we need to provide them with any medications. So we have a lot on our plate every single day, but in my opinion, this is the best part of our job, getting to come out, bring our ambassador animals out, and show them off to the public and to our guests. We call them ambassador animals because they represent the diversity of animal life on our planet, and they represent their counterparts out in the wild. So they are basically just speaking for their wild counterparts and letting everybody know how amazing these animals are, and hopefully inspiring guests and folks like you to want to conserve the animals as well. So if any of you saw the presentation last year, we brought several different animals with us, and we had some birds with us. Today, you will not see any birds. Unfortunately, if you have not heard, we have some cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza going around in our state. Now, because of that, we are doing everything that we can to protect our bird collection at the zoo, which means they are not allowed to go to off-site events. They are not allowed to you're not allowed to have behind-the-scenes tours at the zoo, and we also have closed some of our aviaries to help protect our bird collection. So unfortunately, no birds today, but we'll go ahead and get started with our first animal. He's gonna come on out. And helping me today, I have John. And John has Incognito, and he is our Meller's chameleon, also called a giant one-horned chameleon. As John walks around with him, you'll be able to see how he gets that name, one-horned chameleon, because they do have one horn right at the tip of their nose. Now, these chameleons are native to the mainland Africa. Over half the species on Earth of chameleon are found on the island of Madagascar. This species of chameleon, the Meller's giant chameleon, is the largest mainland species of chameleon on Earth. Now, if you can see him on the screen and get a good view of him on the screen, or look at him while he's walking by, you can see he has some very unique coloration to him. Chameleons are known for being able to rapidly change their body color. So they but with that green color, they actually already naturally camouflage into their environment. So they don't necessarily change color to help camouflage, but more to represent their mood that they're in. So he actually, when he is very upset with somebody and does not agree with what they have done, maybe they have not given him the amount of crickets that he thinks he deserves, he will change to an all-black color. And that lets us know that Incognito is not very happy with the situation. But like I was mentioning earlier, it is our job to read these animals and make sure they're not stressed out. So if we saw that Incognito was all black, we would know, okay, he's stressed out in this situation, maybe we need to take him home, let him chill for a little bit, and then we can bring him back out. Now, another amazing thing about chameleons, I think, personally one of my favorites, is the way they eat their food. They're an ambush predator. So the ambush predators, they hang out on a tree, they're going to be perfectly still. And once some kind of interest passes by, say, a small bug, like a caterpillar or a beetle of some sort, they are going to extend their tongue outside of their mouth, and their tongue is about 20 inches long, and they're going to grab hold of that insect with their tongue and bring it back to their mouth and have a nice juicy treat out of that one. So I think they have a very unique way of eating their food. It's very impressive to watch. If you ever have time, I highly recommend YouTubing or searching on YouTube a video of a chameleon eating, because that's one of the most impressive parts about them. As John makes his way around as well, you can take a look at his eyes. They have very interesting eyes. They have the ability to move your eyes independently from one another. That is a really big advantage for your while. So they can keep an eye on a prey animal or a prey insect, but also keep an eye on what's going on around them to help keep them safe as well. All right, we'll go ahead and give a big round of applause and wave goodbye to John Incognito. He's going to go ahead and switch out and get another animal for all of you to see. Now, another thing to mention about chameleons is they have fully prehensile tails. So that means that that tail, as he was walking around, you can see he has a very long tail. As they are out in the wild up in trees, they're arboreal animals, they will use that tail as a fifth limb for them. So they can hang from it, they can use it to gather different items, and it comes in as a very handy tool for them. Another really fun fact about them is that their toes are fused together. So they almost have, I like to say they look like Spock hands, if any of you are familiar with Star Trek. And that gives them a really good ability to hang on to perches and branches while they're up in the trees. Because obviously while they're up there, they're going to be wind from time to time. The tree is not going to stay perfectly still. It's going to move around, and that chameleon needs to be able to hang on to those perches and branches and keep themselves safe. So coming out next with John, we have another very popular animal at the zoo. It's really funny because the show that I was telling you about is called the Zoocademy Awards at the zoo. And we base it on the Academy Awards, and the animals come out and win different awards for different things. But we also have a Best Actor section in the show. And basically we have the audience decide which animal should win. And 99% of the time, this animal is the one that always wins. For that reaction right there, yes. So this giant bunny is Sterling, and he is our Flemish giant rabbit. And this is exactly the reaction I was expecting we would have here. He is a very popular rabbit. Now, this type of rabbit is not found out in the wild. They are purely domesticated, so you will only see them in captive settings, and they are actually very popular in the rabbit show area. So just like there are dog shows, there are actually rabbit shows. And Flemish giants are a very popular breed to have in those shows. I personally like to think that Sterling would win all the awards if he was in one of those shows. Now, Flemish giants originated in Europe, and they were originally bred for their meat and fur. But like I said, now they're kind of more used for show animals, and just sometimes people do like to keep them as pets too. I highly recommend doing your research before you get into anything like this as a pet, just because he is a lot of work. He's not like a regular rabbit. He eats a lot more, which means he goes to the bathroom a lot more, and he likes to chew on everything. They are in the Lagomorph family. Because of that, their front teeth never stop growing. Now, another obvious thing about rabbits that everybody always sees and everybody always points out are those giant ears. If you've seen the jackrabbits in the cottontails that we have here native to our state, they actually use those ears in a very beneficial way to survive the heat here in our hot desert. Rabbits will stand their ears up on the top of their head, kind of like what Sterling is doing right now, and they have blood vessels that are very close to the skin in those ears. What happens is when the wind blows past those ears, the blood inside those blood vessels actually cools off and helps to cool off their entire body as that cool blood circulates throughout their body. So if you guys are ready for one of the lamest jokes in the world, at the zoo, I like to say that he has built-in ear conditioning. Got it? Yeah, thank you. I know. I like a couple pity applauses. Thank you. All right. You can see when John walks by with him, he does have a very large nose to help him smell, sense what's going on around him when it's dark out in the wild. But they also have pretty large eyes to help them see and sense everything that's going on around them. And then obviously those big ears come in handy as well out in the wild to help keep them safe. They are herbivores, so they're just going to eat plants out in the wild at the zoo. We feed Sterling hay. He actually gets a couple of different varieties of hay. Timothy hay happens to be his favorite, and it actually is the most fattening. So if you couldn't tell by his body, he actually has a few extra pounds on him, but we don't like to mention that to him. They also get a pelleted diet at the zoo that helps them to get all the healthy vitamins and minerals and nutrients that they need as well. All right, we are going to mix it up on you guys a little bit. Sean is going to come out here and talk to you about the two next animals that we have that I would be presenting to you. So let's give it up for John. Say hi to John.
Hello? Oh, there we go. How are you guys doing today? All right. Well, Kim's going to go back and she's going to get our next animal for us. And it's going to be our boa constrictor. And they are one of the only animals on Earth, like the Tyrannosaurus rex, where their scientific name is the same as their common name. So their genus is boa and their species is constrictor. And they get their name because they're ambush predators that like to grab their prey and squeeze it up before they eat it. They don't have venom like some other snakes. It's taking a second to come out here. There he is. These guys are typically found in the Americas, down in South America, around the Amazon rain jungle and all of the countries around there. And the difference between a boa and a python is the fact that the boas are found in the Americas, and in other parts of the world there are pythons in the old world, in Africa, Asia, and Europe, and Australia. And since these guys are native to rainforests, they are actually excellent swimmers. They not only can crawl along the land pretty well, but they can swim just about as well. They can also eat prey that is much larger than their heads. They tend to eat rodents and birds and even monkeys and wild pigs. And unlike the myth that they can dislocate their jaw, they actually have ligaments in their jaw, and it's separated, so it just stretches apart, and then when they're done eating, it just comes back together like a rubber band. And it can take them up to 2 days to fully digest their food. So we don't want to mess with them while they're digesting, because they can be a bit cranky. And Kevin here is probably our largest boa at the Phoenix Zoo, and he weighs, I think, about 40 pounds, Yeah, so he's a real two-man job. And I think we're good. Thanks, Kim and Kevin. All right. They're gonna take a second to put him back away. He's a big boy there. They're gonna take him around and show off all you guys. Everyone loves our snacks. Jacobson's organ, and that gives them a 3D sense of smell. Yeah, you can see he's sticking it out right there. All right, give it up again for Kim and Kevin. All right, we're going to be showing off our last animal here. Kim's probably going to take a second to get her out. She is probably one of the biggest animals we have in our ambassador collection. We're not bringing an elephant in here. Not that big. And here they come right now with her. She is Kumari. She is our Indian crested porcupine. So don't get too close to those quills. And porcupines get their name from the Latin porcus and spina, meaning spiky pig. But although their names suggest they're a pig, they're actually rodents. They're one of the largest rodents in the world, only topped by other porcupines and the capybara. And when they're stressed, since she's in an unfamiliar place, you can see her raising her spines. That works much like how we get goosebumps and our hairs stand on end, because their spines are actually modified hairs made out of keratin, which is the same stuff that our hairs and fingernails are made out of. And she has three main types of spines on her. There are her guard spines, which are very thin and long, and those are mainly to just ward off predators. And then behind those, we have what we like to call the business spines, which is how they get their business done. Those are the ones that actually poke people. And unlike in cartoons, they can't actually shoot them out, but they are loosely attached, so if they hit a predator with one of them, it can get easily stuck in them, and they can run backwards just as fast as they can forwards. So if something comes at them from behind, they can just charge right at it backwards. And the third type of spine that they have is called their rattle spine, or rattle quill. And on her tail, she has those hollow little quills there, and she can shake her tail to rattle them like a rattlesnake to warn predators that she might stab them in the face if they get too close. And since porcupines are rodents like rats, mice, or capybaras, their teeth continue to grow all throughout their life, so they have to constantly chew down on branches and sometimes even bones to keep them from getting too long and they can't eat their food anymore. And these guys, as their name suggests, Indian crested porcupines, are normally found in India, but they can be found all the way to the Mediterranean. They can be found all throughout the Middle East and even all the way up to Turkey. And recently, one was even spotted in the UAE, but it might have just been an import that got out. And you'll see they're herbivores, so she's munching on her lettuce right now. They really like that. They also have small biscuits that we give them, and those are probably their favorite. They go crazy for those things. All right, I think we're good here. I think Kumari might be getting back in her crate here in a minute. And sometimes she gets a little moody and doesn't want to go back in her crate. Since we work with the animals, they do have a mind of their own. They're not robots, so we can't always make them do what we want. But we like to use positive reinforcement, which is the food that we give her. And she decided to rip up the paper bag. Yeah, typically we use those biscuits that Kim showed off to lure her back into her crate, since those are her favorites. But she's a little busy at the moment with Cheerios. And they are also excellent swimmers, not just runners. They can swim pretty effectively, just like the other large rodent, the capybara. But they are no good at climbing, so you won't find them in trees or anything, but they tend to hang out in burrows and caves some of the time. So, yeah, give it up for Kumari and Kim. All right. Thank you all. Thanks for letting us have this time to talk to you guys. Thanks for sponsoring our conservation efforts by supporting our Mexican wolf habitat. And I'm John, and have a wonderful day.
Very great. Last year, I know we had some of the video up on the board that you could see it. But we will put this up on YouTube on the OUAZ TV channel. You can see Brad was kind of getting real up close. So if you'd like to see those up close, you'll have a chance to do that when we post that later on today. So that is what we have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, seeing some of our students and some of the things at the zoo. Let me pray us out, and then we're good. Lord, you're good to us. You're good to who we are. You've created this world, and you've made it beautiful and specific with animals and nature, Lord, and help us to enjoy that. Thank you for your love in your name. Amen. Thanks, guys.